What's up guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Priya and today's video is about intermittent fasting. So please don't get intimidated when I say intermittent. That was just one of my PJ. So intermittent fasting is something which a lot of people are talking about, and I was also very intimidated before I started doing this. However, it is not as difficult as we presume it would be difficult. So yeah, I have been doing this. I started it in the month of April during that lockdown phase. I started it, and it's October now, so it's almost 6 months. And since I have done it for so many months, I thought I could impart few information that or few learnings that I have had during this 7 months, because I think I will go ahead and continue this for I am going to make this my lifestyle. So yeah, before we get into the video, please press the subscribe button if you've not yet subscribed to my channel. Let's begin. First thing is that be mentally prepared for it. Like when you start intermittent fasting, just don't randomly, 1 week before, just don't randomly get up and one morning be like, oh, from today I'm going to do intermittent fasting. Because for one day or like 2 days, you will do it. The third day, you'll be like, oh, this, that. So just be mentally prepared about intermittent fasting. Just think through it. Like, what will you do? Just make a plan. Now, when I started, it was the lockdown phase, and I knew about intermittent fasting for a very long time, and many people had suggested me to do intermittent fasting because I was suffering from PCOD, and then I was not losing weight whatsoever. I was not losing weight. I used to run 10 kilometers and all. So many a times my sister and all had suggested that you start intermittent fasting, but I was like, no, I have to eat from the moment I get up till the time I sleep. So I really can't do, like, where will I do intermittent fasting, because this has to be there. So during the lockdown, that was a very good phase for me, because I thought I can't fall asleep if I don't have a heavy stomach. Like, if I have a heavy stomach, then I can fall asleep. So I was like, okay, where do I have to go anyways? So I'll start intermittent fasting, and then I'll have breakfast, lunch, and I'll skip the dinner part, and it should work for me. I'll just be like, okay, whenever I want to fall asleep, I'll fall asleep. I anyways don't have to go anywhere. So that was the phase that I thought all that through, and I was like, lockdown seems like the best option, and that's when I started it. And I could actually continue it because I had mentally prepared myself. Okay, if it's not there, I don't have to go anywhere. I used to lie down here on bed for like 4 to 5 hours like this, and then I used to fall asleep. After some time, your body just gets used to it. Your body, it literally gets used to it, and then it understands. Then you don't need to have a heavy stomach to fall asleep, if like, or you have something else. It does not. It gets into that pattern. Like, it takes only 23 days to make a habit. So once you've passed that, it is not a problem. But however, before getting into it, I would suggest you all mentally prepare for it first, instead of just making it a random thing or just that instant thing. So the first would be, just prepare yourself for intermittent fasting. Just take 1 week's time, prepare yourself, just go through it, how you will plan it and everything. So second will be time. Now intermittent fasting, some people do it up to 18 hours or 20 hours. I do it up to 16 hours. Now when I started with 13, and then I moved to 14, 15, and eventually 16. So just think what will be suitable. You don't have to directly get to 20 hours. What happens is that we are like, अरे मैं तो बहुत सही हूँ, मैं तो 20 घंटा करूँगा, and you never end up till that 20 घंटा. And even if you do it for 1 or 2 days, you're like, oh no, this intermittent fasting is just not my cup of tea. Why? You will not think like, okay, I should have started. You then will never come back to 12. You'll be like, oh, it's not my thing. We completely just lose that thing there. So instead of that, if y'all can do 18 hours directly, it is okay. Y'all can start. If you cannot, you know that, then start with, take baby steps. बूंद बूंद से सागर बनता है. So take baby steps, 12 hours, 13 hours, 14 hours, 15, and so on. So I started with 12 to 13, and then I have now moved on to 16 hours, which works very, very well for me. So think, decide the time as well of how much you would like to take it. Now third is mindful eating. Now whenever you do intermittent fasting, you have that window of eating, so make sure that you know what you are putting into your stomach, because after that you can't eat. And if you have to sustain that period, so you have to eat something nutritious, something which will keep you full as well. So when I say like in that window, don't just hop onto burgers and pizzas and all that, because one, it will not give you that nutrition to survive that fasting hours, and second, you will be lethargic, and third, it will be like, you drink coke or something down, you'll immediately feel hungry as well. So have a nutritious balanced diet which will keep you full as well. Now in this phase, what I have noticed, like the diets which the foods that keep you full will be dal chawal. You can have dal and chawal. It keeps you full for a really long time, and then does not make you lethargic, and you you really feel fresh once you eat that. Or you can have egg. If you all eat egg, you all can have egg also satiates for a really long time. I am not sure about rotis, because rotis, if somebody is gluten free and all, like if it's okay with you all can have rotis as well. I don't eat much of roti, I only eat rice. So you can have egg, you can have rice and dal, or what you can do is that you can make khichdi, you can make pongal. That is again very satiating, it keeps you full for a really long time. For breakfast, you can have upma, anything to do with rava. It keeps you full for a very long time. Rava keeps you full for a very long time. And snacking also, just do a kind of mindful snacking. Eat more of dry fruits, or cucumber. What I like recently is that I like cucumber with peanut butter on it. I love peanut butter. So I take slices of cucumber and I apply generous amount of peanut butter, which is not right. You have to you should only use a certain amount of peanut butter and not be too generous. But yeah, I do apply a generous amount of peanut butter, and then I snack on that cucumber and this. So you can like whatever snacks you all like, but stay away from chips and all this, because fourth one is, what meal do you like the most when you start? Some are very fond of breakfast and they would want to have breakfast. Then in that case, you can skip your dinner, and then you can have your last meal, which comes to a ratio that after 13 or 14 hours you can have breakfast. Like your fast ends during breakfast time, and then you can break your fast with breakfast. Now some might be fond of dinner and not breakfast, so then you can have dinner early, like 8 o'clock or something, and the fast will end for your lunch time. So when I started, I had skipped breakfast, and then I used to have dinner early and then lunch. So I used to have lunch, snack at 4 o'clock, and then dinner. Now a few days ago, somebody was like, oh, you should have breakfast, this, that, and I saw somebody having breakfast very heartily. So then I was like, I felt okay, I have missed out on breakfast, I can do that. Now I did that after 6 months. So now I can, my body has got into a habit of fasting for 16 hours. So I can do that. But when you start, I would suggest skip the one which is not as important as your other meals. Now I've come back to, I have my last meal at 5 p.m. So by the time it's 16 hours, it's like around 10 o'clock or something, I go ahead and have my breakfast. So that's how I've done, because I came back to the breakfast one, and I'm liking this more now, because after 5 I kind of don't feel much hungry. So when you start, do what is comfortable, and later on then if you want to make a little alterations here and there, that is totally fine. Now what are the things that are allowed during that fasting phase? They say, some people say, oh, we have milk. Milk is not allowed. Anything and everything which is below 50 calories. So you can have green tea. You can have that bullet coffee that they say, or black coffee. You can have cucumber juice, because cucumber juice is less than 50 calories. Anything liquid which is less than 50 calories, you can have that. You can't have milk. You can't have badam shake. You can't have all those things, fruit, you can't have that. You can have these liquid beverages. And when you break your fast, it's preferably, it is better if you eat when you get up, and you like whenever you're breaking your fast. For example, if it is at 1 o'clock, then you can have a fruit at 1 o'clock, and then you can have your lunch at 1:30 or 2, whatever is feasible for you. So it's preferred that you break your fast with the fruit, and then you can continue with your meal. So that was it for intermittent fasting. I hope you all like this video. I hope you all find this helpful, and I would definitely suggest everybody that unless you have any medical issue and you can't do intermittent fasting, I would suggest you should definitely try intermittent fasting, because various benefits that you will see within yourself: energy level going high, losing weight, your skin also clearing to a certain extent, your appetite becomes a little more moderate, less cravings, many more things. So I'll definitely suggest everybody that you try it at least once, and I'm sure once you try it, I don't think you will go back to your normal days. So that was it, guys. I hope you all liked it. If you all did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also like, share, subscribe to my channel. Ta-da!